let me tell you a story. So probably almost a year ago, around November 2022, I was in Ghana and I was going for a photo shoot. And the photo shoot that I was going, it was more like wearing a professional or something, like a suit with a tie and stuff, because it was for a professional, or let's say an official service or something. Now I went for this photo shoot, and in the process of me taking the pictures, you know how the photographer is supposed to, make you look good. If let's say your shirt is not straightened, he has to, help you straighten it and everything and all that. Now with this photo shoots that I went to do, the man looked very angry. We have these people that have this mean look. They look like they're having a bad day, they're having a rough day. So I didn't want to, annoy him. Of course, when you see someone with that look, you wouldn't want to, disturb that person. Now, in the midst of the shoot, I realized that the suit that I was wearing, the tie was literally destroyed. Like, it wasn't fit. It was literally destroyed. I'll probably post the picture here. If I edit this video, I'll post the picture up there. But then I was scared to tell him because I was scared of his reaction. I didn't want him to get angry. I didn't want him to feel like, hey, you understand, you are scared of people's reactions. So when he finished the pictures, about 8 pictures with the tie destroyed, we went to the editing table, the computer, to edit it, and he was editing it, and he asked me, do I like these pictures? Within me, I had wanted to retake all these pictures. I had wanted to go back into the studio, take a better picture with, the tie fixed and all that. But I was scared. I didn't want him to get angry. I didn't want him to, chuckle and, all those things. So I ended up paying for that service, and I couldn't use any of these pictures. So I had wasted money. Why am I telling this story? It leads me to today's title, that is Curing the Cancer of People Pleasing. And I'm currently reading a book right now. I have it on my Kindle, Amazon Kindle. It's titled Unstoppable Confidence by Andrew Leadham, and I really love the book. I've read it 2 times already. I'm in a chapter called Curing the Cancer of People Pleasing, and I really feel like sharing the little knowledge or the little wisdom that I'm gaining from this book, so that it will literally help you. It's like a hack to stop people pleasing. If you're watching this video, chances of you being a people pleaser is very high. We are all natural people pleasers. I mean, think about some of the things or the reason behind the things that we do. Our parents, the kind of things that they do, the kind of things that they say, you could know that, or you could feel like they have this kind of people pleasing attitude in them, and it's a natural attitude. We all want to be liked, we all want to be loved, we all want to be respected, treated fairly. We don't want to lose friends, so we end up people pleasing. And in the book, he mentioned specifically that if there's one habit that he would advise you to stop, or one habit that he would advise you to break right now, is curing the cancer of people pleasing. It's the most dangerous habit that you'd ever get to pick. I was listening to Oprah Winfrey one time, and she said that every single mistake that she made in her life, every single mistake, and I quote her, every single mistake that she made in her life came as a result of people pleasing. And to be honest, I've been a people pleaser all my life. My entire life, I've always been a people pleaser. Because I'm a peaceful person, I always want to choose peace. So anything that would give me peace, I will do it. And I ended up people pleasing. So let's say I have an argument with someone, which I was literally, probably the person was literally the reason why we are arguing, but I just don't want to be in, being in his bad books. Oh, fine, okay, fine, you are the right person. Okay, cool. Let's say I'm paying for the service of someone. I don't want the person to be angry or something, so I can't negotiate with the person. One bad habit that I had, even back in Ghana, was when, one thing about me is that things disgust me very easily. I get disgusted by things very easily, especially when handling food. When you're handling my food, I don't want you to touch it with your raw hands. Some people can cope with you touching their food and stuff, but I can't touch any food that has been spoken over, touched and stuff. So when I was in Ghana, I used to buy a lot of food outside, and anytime people would handle the food with their hands, dirty fingers, talk while serving you, I felt the pain, to speak to them that, yo, please, can you wear something that leaves like a gloves or something and touch the food? I had that pain in me. I wish I could tell them, but I was scared. I had this people pleasing spirit in me. I was scared of people to tell them that, oh, I don't like the way you're handling the food. The only time that I spoke up was when this guy in Ghana back then, this man was touching the food with his hands, and I literally spoke up that I don't really like the way you're touching it. And his reaction literally made me, from if my people pleasing level was here, it took me up to this level. I was scared of people because of that man's reaction. So I'm going to take you guys through a very quick and simple trick to get over this cancer of people pleasing, because I already took some notes from the book. I love the book. You can get it on Amazon, Unstoppable Confidence by Andrew Leadham. Now I want you to think about a time that you genuinely wanted something. You genuinely wanted a contract, like a deal. Let's say you are negotiating a business deal. You genuinely wanted this portion. You genuinely wanted this thing. But then because you were scared of the person's reaction, maybe the person is quick-tempered, the person is probably going to get angry, so you just, for the sake of pleasing that person, you let it go. And a very clear and a very typical example is our relationship between ourselves and our parents. You know how, if you are from Africa, your parents would try to make you a people pleaser. You know, we are all scared of how our parents would react, so we start pleasing them. We carry the same attitude, we carry the same habits, this people pleasing habit in our parents' home, and then we bring it into the real life. So let's say you go outside and you come home and your parents start shouting at you. You don't want them to get angry, you don't want them to lay their hands on you, so you just, I'm sorry, this. You start apologizing whilst you had not done anything wrong. You carry the same attitude into the real life. And understand, I believe that it's not what happens to you that actually matters, but then it's your reaction towards it. We are all damaged, we all had rough childhoods. Our teachers and our parents turned us into people pleasers. It's actually fine. I want you to think to a time that you truly wanted a change. For me, was the photo shoot. I regretted so much. I wasn't happy for like about 2 months because of the money that had gone to waste, all because I wanted to please that man who had this mean look. He had a strict face, like, you know, he's having this mean look that shows that my friend, don't come and work. You understand what I mean? I just wanted to please. I just didn't want him to get angry. You know, I was scared of his reaction. So I want you to think back to the time that you were scared of, you know, you wanted to speak up genuinely. You were in an abusive relationship. You want to speak up, but you are scared of the person's reaction. You want to tell, you have this friend who is always lying to you, but you are scared of him, or you are scared of her. You can't speak up. You can't call that person out. I want you to kind of remember the kind of pains that you were experiencing. So for me, the pains that I was experiencing anytime I was scared to speak up was, I felt worse. I felt regret. I felt so bad that I genuinely want this thing. I felt like I deserve better, but I'm not getting it. I want you to carry that pain and stick it along with you all the time. Anytime you feel like pleasing someone, I want you to look back to that pain that you felt the last time you pleased someone. So let's say you felt like you are unworthy, you felt very useless the last time you pleased someone. The next time you feel like people pleasing, the next time you feel like speaking up and you looking like a bad person, I want you to look back to that feeling that you had. Was that a good feeling? Do you want to experience that feeling again? Do you want to have that feeling again? Then don't please that person. I have some notes here, so I would like us to look through it. So look back to the time that you had that regret in you when you genuinely wanted to speak up. In Ghana, I used to be scared of so many things. I'm not saying that I'm not scared of anyone like completely, but then it's a gradual process. The bridge between me and people pleasing just keeps closing every single day. You understand? To a point where I literally can say no without feeling bad. I mean, I've said no like 3 times already today to things that I would have literally not been able to say it. And that leads me to the first way to cure your people. The second way to cure people pleasing: learn to say no. And you learn to say no by practicing it daily. So every day, intentionally say no 3 times every day. When you say no in probably texts, in calls, just say it for the sake of practicing it. And ask yourself, what was the worst thing that happened to you? After saying no, let's say someone asks you for money and you are, I don't want the person to hate me. Just say no. Like, after saying no, then what is it? What else? What would happen to you after saying no? Would the person kill you? No. So just say no. That is it. And don't be scared of looking bad in the sight of people. You can never be a perfect person. And myself, I've come to a point where I believe that I wouldn't want everyone to like me. If everyone likes me, I will try my possible best and make someone not like me. Because it's the most dangerous thing that would ever happen to you. It's the most dangerous level you'd ever get to when everyone likes you. When you read the Bible, I've forgotten the scripture. It talks about woe be unto you if everyone likes you, and woe unto you if everyone hates you. Of course, not everyone hates me. But don't be scared of not being disliked. Like, have the courage to be disliked. Have genuine love for being disliked. I know people don't like me, and I'm comfortable with it. I mean, your life will not be sweet if you don't have people who don't like you. And how do you have people who don't like you? By learning to stand for yourself and not people pleasing. People will not like you when you don't please them. I mean, if the statement is correct, people will not like you if you don't please them. Of course, everyone wants to be pleased. So learn to say no every day. Try your best and say no like 3 times. Maybe your friend texts you, yo, can you check on this girl for me? No, I can't. Then you are done. what will happen to you? Okay, he doesn't want to talk to you. Okay, fine. Then what will happen to you? What is the worst thing that would happen after saying no? After standing up for yourself, after speaking up for yourself, what is the worst thing that would happen? I mean, I've said no 3 times today and I'm still here, I'm alive. The person just said, okay, he needed a favor for me, like serious favor, and I said, no, I can't. And he was like, okay. And I'm like, yeah, that is it. So I want you to understand that, first of all, we're conditioned to be people pleasers, especially when you come from Africa. And our parents always forced us to, please them. It's got to a point where, let's say, your teachers are coming to the class and you have to pretend like you are reading a book. Your parents are coming to your room and you have to pretend like you are doing something productive. That is where all these people pleasing spirits or these people pleasing habits actually came in place. So we've been conditioned, our brains have been moved to, from kids, we were programmed to be people pleasers. We weren't those kind of people till we were probably 8, 9, 10 there. That is when our parents started installing these traits into us, becoming people pleasers, because of course they are also most of them are like that. So you first of all uninstall all these traits that they placed in you. You have to please your parents, you have to please your teachers, you have to please your friends. You have to uninstall all these traits and reprogram your mind and learn how to say no according to the book. Now the next thing that I want you to do is, of course, I'm just not going to mention this last point because I feel like it's not the right thing. So it's more like similar to the first thing that I mentioned, like how you feel anytime you feel like saying no, but you weren't able to say no. This time around, I want you to focus on how you feel when you genuinely say no to something. So for me, I felt very comfortable. I felt like, finally, you understand? Someone is pressing you. Do this for me. I need you to do this. I help you. Please help me. I need your help. And you just say like, no. Okay. It's like, finally, it's off you. So I want you to focus on that positive feeling that you always have when you stand up for yourself, when you do what you feel is right in your eyes. Your confidence is going to go through the roof. Thank you so much for watching this little video. Let me know if you like this kind of videos. I enjoy making these videos. It's currently 1:17 a.m. It's 1:17 a.m. I can't sleep, so I'm like, let me just come here and sit down and read a book. So yeah, that is basically for today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully I'll be making these kind of videos. Let me know if you like them. Check the description to know more about me. Your future can always be better than your now, and you have the power to make it too. Mwah!